So welcome to our wellness circle, and today we are talking about immune health, body, strength, protection and boundaries. So this segment of looking at our immune system is going to help us look at a whole picture, our physical well-being, our emotional well-being, and also energetics, on how we can tune into our spiritual body a lot more. So before we go any further, I'd really like everyone just to come into a nice, comfortable space, closing your eyes down, taking a couple of deep breaths, and just allowing yourself just to connect into where you are in this moment. Connect into this beautiful gift of the presence. And I invite you to take your breath a little deeper. Bring it down to the seating bones. Bring it down to the feet. And feel that connection of earth underneath you, that beautiful stability and support that is underneath you, that holds you. And then as you breathe in, you can take that energy up higher. And feel the lightness coming up through the mind, out through the crown, and discover that infinite space that is around you. That beautiful connection. And it's in this moment I'd like to take an opportunity to give appreciation and honour to the traditional landholders. We thank you for creating this space and leaving the wisdom for us to be inspired about our health, to learn and to grow. I thank our masters, our angels, our ancestors that are guiding us through this journey to allow us to consciously open and expand, to look at life and look at possibilities and learn about ourselves on all different levels. A place of self-realization. And I thank you all for joining this space, stepping in to creating wellness for yourself, dedication, and honoring your body, honoring this journey of learning. Just breathing, a couple of deep breaths. Once again, feeling that energy underneath you, that stability and that support. And as you breathe in, feeling that rise, that open expansion energy, the infinite space that is around you. And bringing your hands to your heart space. Namaste, everyone. Beautiful. How good does that feel when you just take some time? You notice the difference when you give yourself a moment of connection. We were there for no longer than 2 minutes. And when you give yourself that time to connect, feeling what's going on underneath you, becoming aware of the infinite space that you have around you, actually taking a moment to really connect in with the landholders, what they've left us as wisdom and as information. It's like a little mud map. It's a journey for you to find the answers for yourself. But it is about connection that helps us stay centered and stay balanced. Because when we're unbalanced, what happens? How do you feel? Scrambled. Awesome. Yeah, scrambled, uneasy. It's hard to focus, isn't it, when you're off balance? So connection is a huge part of our health journey. Now, connection is connection with yourself. Connection is connection with your own faith, your own beliefs, your own truth. But without that, sometimes it's a little bit hard to find your center. So something to think about there, and it's always a great intro when I work with people about looking at their spiritual health, is what connection are you having? What connection do you have in your day? And this isn't about faith as religion or any of those subjects, but definitely it's part of that category. Is what is your faith? Do you have faith that you are part of something bigger? Do you have faith that today is a brand new day and it's a whole day of possibility? Where is your belief and where is your faith? And those are some really beautiful big questions that you can ask yourself when you're looking at your health journey. Definitely helps. It's always helpful when you feel nice and connected. So immune system, immune as general. Body, strength, protection, and boundaries. So we've got a lot to unfold here, and I want to take it into segments so we can really understand the different aspects. And then that way, when we understand the different aspects, we can then bring it together and it starts to make sense. We're like, there it is, as this beautiful big whole. But we've got to allow ourselves to break it up a bit so we can get our own ahas. Now, today you might hear some things that you already know. Maybe these things have been tucked away in you. I used to do that, or I know that something's resonating that I should do that. So when those things come up, what I want to invite you to think about is that's allowing your consciousness to open up. And when we have ahas and when we have awarenesses, it's like this little parcel of a gift, and it's what you do with that information that counts. So I want to repeat that. It's what you do with the information that really counts. Because information is gold. When we're looking at our health, we can sit in, I don't know what's happening and I feel this and I feel that. Well, hang on, let's get some more information on that. Otherwise, we're just in a what-if scenario. And that can create havoc with our energy, can't it? Havoc with our head, it creates stories. So information is gold. What you do with that information is what counts, okay? So what is the immune system? Let's start at that point. Very easy, I shouldn't say easy, I want to say very, bring it right back. What is the immune system? Does anyone want to have a go at answering that? I know that's why you've come here to learn about it, but what have you got in yourself? What is the immune system? Fights disease. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a functional part of our body made up of like blood cells and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Combats disease, inflammation, pain.
Perfect, yeah. So combats, I like that word. Yeah. So it's combating, it's helping you when there's illnesses or infection and things there. So the immune is a system, okay? We have 11 major systems of our body, and immune system's pretty high up there, okay? The immune system is exactly what you said. It's all about defense. It's all about protection. It's all about looking after you.
Like helps you fight off.
Helps you fight off. Yeah,
I like your combat word, that's good.
Combat's a great word, yeah. So it helps you fight off. So at the end of the day, your immune system is basically looking at this whole defense system that looks after you. And the beautiful thing about the immune system is that it's always looking after you. Always. Now sometimes we can question that in ourselves because we might feel unwell. We might get sick, you might feel pain, you might have all these things and you're like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? But the beautiful thing about that, what's presenting, the positive about pain, the positive about actually these symptoms occurring is actually showing you that your immune system's working. Okay? Because your immune system is there to protect you, to defend you, and to fight for you. So no matter how if you're run down and you're feeling unwell, and you can feel a bit sorry for yourself, as we do, we get sad, we get vulnerable, and no one likes being sick, but it's actually a sign that your immune system's working. Now, if our immune system is showing up when we have an infection or having an illness, it's like saying that your immune, your defense, is actually like an army. So this is how I like to describe the immune system. It's like an army. It's like your internal army. You have a defense force inside of you that is, no matter what, is always got you as its priority. Always got you as a priority. Once again, I know that we've all felt unwell sometimes, but it's always got you as a priority. So why would we feel more unwell? Let me change that. When our defense system is constantly on the go to look after you, if we treat them like this group of army and they go out and fight, they're fighting an infection, they're fighting an illness, then just like a tribe, they would kind of want to come back and have a reset, maybe a drink of water, maybe something to eat. So let's call it recharge, okay? So interesting with the immune system, we kind of look at the immune system when we're unwell or something's going wrong. But once again, your immune system is part of a major system of your body that is constantly working for you and constantly on your side. So if you are finding yourself becoming unwell, if you're finding yourself that there's pain and inflammation coming up and not shifting, if you are finding that your body is on top of something and then, oh goodness, it comes up and down, then what I want to maybe put to us today is, are you just looking after your immune system to recover from the fight that it's having, rather than generally looking after your team, i.e. maintenancing? Why wouldn't we feed that army on a general day so they're constantly ready to go, rather than being out doing the work, defend, once again, no matter what happens in your life, your immune system is on your side. Then they're going to retreat. Oh my God, that was big, that cold or flu or something, or virus or infection that's happened. Oh, yeah. And then we go, oh great, the infection's gone, I feel better. But we haven't restored ourselves back in. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we've got to look at the immune system as a powerhouse of the body. And you are the boss. You are the boss of this tribe. And I know in my history that I've had good bosses and not so nice bosses, right? I've always tried to be a good boss myself. And the more you reward and you give, the more they're going to be on your side. So when we think about the immune system, we want to start to shift looking at it from just being of illness. We want to start to look at it, how can I every day fuel my tribe? Because whenever something happens, and goodness, something can happen within a day. Think about the word defend. Defending from my body, defending from my emotions, and defending from my energetics. Okay? Immune system, it's, all right, let's go. What do we got to do? What have I got to do? Leander's under attack, so we're all going to come into play. Now, interesting is the immune system is one of the 11 systems of the body. There's a level of where systems work. So what I'll say here is there's a priority order of your body, okay, with the system. So we know systems as immune system, nervous system, lymphatic system, digestive, cardiovascular, endocrine, musculoskeletal, okay? So we've got all these systems of the body. But there's a general order of priority in your body. Now, who wants to take a guess of the number one system that is like the top hierarchy system that is the most important of your whole body?
Endocrine? What's your blood system?
Cardiovascular? Yeah?
That's what I want.
Yeah, you'd think, right? But it's actually your nervous system.
Yeah.
Because your nervous system is actually all about your brain stems. And if something goes wrong with the brain, we're in a bit of trouble. Okay? If something goes wrong with the heart, we're in a bit of trouble. But if we think about, the different systems. So if you sprain your ankle, I know it hurts, but we could kind of, it's not life-threatening as such, okay? But if something happens to the brain, we're kind of in a priority order, okay? So the body works like that. The body works in priority. And so your immune system, once again, we're on attack. We're like, right, I'm going to look after you. All the tribe is ready to attack. So what happens is if you are needing energy, the priority is to go to fixing an infection or pain in the body, then it's going to take your energy and direct it there, okay? So for instance, if you did sprain your ankle, it's going to, all of a sudden it swells up. What's that sign? That's a sign of your inflammation. Inflammation's a sign of your immune system working, okay? It's going to go red. It's going to have heat. Think about a fever that can come in the body. There's a cycle that your body needs to go through to heal itself. So all of a sudden I've got a sprained ankle. All my energy is going to go to this ankle. It's like saying if you're getting attacked, okay, let's think about it from a point of, so we've got an ankle or you've got a fever, okay? When you got a fever, let's go with this for a moment. When you got a fever, do you feel like eating?
No.
Do you feel like going for a run?
No.
Right. So all your energy is going to that particular priority in your body to adjust it and to balance it. Does that make sense? So energy is going to go to a sprained ankle, but as we've just discovered, there's different levels of illnesses in the body, okay? There's different levels of illnesses that we could possibly take on, okay? So the energy is going to go to that area to do everything it can to defend. And why is that? Why does it want to defend you? Because protect you, because it's always on your side. Always. If you feel defended, if you feel attacked, like, we use the story of a tiger chasing after you, what happens to your body? What happens when we're in that fight and flight? Right? So what physical symptoms happen to your body?
Your heart starts to pound.
Perfect.
You just want to run. Fear is a big thing. Yeah.
Fear is a big thing. So why do you think your heart starts to pump faster?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you can run quick.
Exactly. So naturally, in a fight and flight response, the heart's going to go quicker because it wants to bring blood out to the limbs for you to have the energy to get going. Come on, you need to get going right now. So it's going to pump faster. So we can see in different areas of why when our when our heart does go a little bit faster, we have symptoms of, a bit of anxiety, when you're feeling, I want to go the word defended. So if you feel emotionally attacked, who's ever had their heart start to go when they're feeling emotionally attacked? Okay, who's ever felt their body kind of, that nervous system sort of start to affect? Yes, right? Immune system and nervous system play off with each other. If your hierarchy of your body, nervous system, is feeling under pressure, then your immune system's job is to go, right, we've got to look after Leander. This isn't a nice feeling. So your immune system then is like charging out with the army, okay? So there is different ways that the immune system is going to respond, but it will always respond. But if we don't recharge that army, then things are always going to happen in our life and we start to feel more and more depleted. So I've written here words of run down, when we're feeling run down, when we're feeling exposure, and also stress. Okay, as we talked about that play off with the nervous system, stress is a major factor. So stress plays a major role in your body's immune. Why? Your immune system is the defense. If you don't recharge, you will be fighting on empty, okay? You'll be the immune system's army is going to be working on an empty energy. Your body will always put its reserves into fight, so it will weaken other areas. So what that means is that if your body hasn't been recharged energetically through our foods, through our emotions, through our environments, if we're not feeling lifted energetically and with a good immune system, right, on a daily basis, then your body's going to pull from different resources because there's a hierarchy of how the body goes. So if you are under attack that is going to create the nervous system overload, then your whole body is going to go there and your ankle might take a little bit longer to heal. Does that make sense? Yes? You're with me? Okay, and this is why physical pain and inflammation can hang around in the body. This is why physical pain and inflammation can hang around the body. Because if we're not dealing with the body's priorities of looking after ourselves mentally, emotionally, that's where our energy is going to go as a hierarchy over your sore ankle or your sore knee. Okay? Pretty cool stuff, right? Getting to know the body. It's really cool stuff.
Say the word recharge.
Yeah.
I always say that when I'm on a day off, I sit out on my front veranda and I do craft. I sit in the sun. That's my recharge.
Nice.
I feel good when I'm sitting in the sun.
Perfect.
Listening to music, just relaxing or just listening to the birds.
Absolutely.
And that's my emotional and physical for me. The sun on me there.
Absolutely.
The sun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you have things happening in your body right now that is going around in a little bit of a circle, then something that you might want to think about, and I do this with my clients one-on-one, is I will say, let's write down a list of all your symptoms. Okay? Let's write down all the things that you would be wanting to look at, wanting to heal. And I might have a client that comes in and says, you know what, my body's in so much pain. I've got joint pain and I'm just like, it's taking all of my energy right now. And I go, great, we're going to write that down as a top priority. But then what we might find is that we've got sleep disturbances. There might be some rash on the skin. There might be some digestive issues. There might be some other things going on. So we write down all these symptoms and we have a look at obviously what the priority is, because with natural health, we want to make sure that we look after you as a priority. But what will happen as we start to work with the body's balance, remembering that what we started with today is recognizing that things are when we're off balance. So the immune system's in charge when we're off balance, but it's always on your side. You always have the ability to be perfectly healthy and well. That is your natural state. It's just at different variations. And some of us feel like, and others feel like just coming off center. So there's different elements of illnesses and there's different elements of, or levels, I should say, of pain, inflammation, and illness. So if you're looking at your symptom list and we start working with the body naturally and getting the body's systems back into the order and the natural state that it knows how to work, then you're going to see a change to your symptom list. But what you may find, and this does happen, is that that body pain might be still present, but hang on, I'm sleeping better. Hang on, I've got more energy. Hang on, my rash is cleared up. And the reason why is because your body knows what priority to put back into place first to create a ripple effect of wellness. Cool, hey? It's just fascinating. I go, wow, this is so cool. Like, we get to know our body. You actually take charge of it, and you actually create more trust in it. And you actually then start to want to give it what it needs, want to give the body, the systems of the body, the elements of the body, what it needs to naturally come back into its own place. Because we can't just go, hey, do this, that's a bad boss, right? That's sort of saying, hey, there's a bit of pressure there. Your body needs, let's put it this way. Who here enjoys feeling a little bit more inspired, a bit nurtured, and a bit loved on their journey? Okay, exactly. So that's what we want to do for our body. We want to inspire it. We want to nurture it, and we want to encourage it. We don't want to push it. No more, let's just put the socks up and get on with this and I just got to toughen up. That's going to create crash. Who's done that before? Right? That's what happens. It creates crash. So we have to take a moment and look at it and go, what does my body need right now to feel, come back to the basics? And we're going to talk about those basics today so you can look at what you have already got in your household, what you are already doing in your lifestyle, but it's about being conscious of it. Because when we're conscious of it, then it creates information. And what does information do?
Stimulate the brain.
Creates wisdom, right? Now I've got wisdom. Now I'm aware. What can I do with this? I can sit with this information and just know, but now I know I can't go back. You can't go back into ignorance. Okay? Good work. So with the symptoms in your chart that you may want to look at, and you could do this for your own health, is have a look at everything, even if it's, your fingernails might not grow as fast as you wanted to, or your hair's a bit dry. Just play with that and say, okay, body, what's going on here? What's happening in my body that I would really like to observe? Because we're usually in it. We're usually like in the drama. We're in the story. And with our health, sometimes we need to be able to look at it and understand it a bit more. And like we did at the beginning of today's session, connection. When you are connected, then we are able to be objective around things. But when you're not connected, you're imbalanced and you're like, my leg's sore and my immune system's down and, okay? Makes sense?
I try to think of how my body is healthy and say in my mind that's not your well. And I have moments where I just lay there and try and tell myself my body's just young and nice and beautiful again. I'm not got any pain. I haven't got any problems here.
Yeah. That's really lovely, and that's a lovely way to look at it. The other thing. Yeah. The only thing I would just offer up a suggestion with that. So the comment was, we've got a sore ankle. Is it an ankle that's bothering you that you've got strapped up? The whole body, right? So the comment was about lying and being able to just, I'm fine, I'm young again, I'm beautiful, and just be in that space. What we do want to do is be in the present, okay? Because you are the age that you are today. And we often go to a place when you feel most inspired in your life. You're like, I always want to, it's like weight loss. We go to this place when, I see is often, is like we go to this place when we remember we felt so inspired because our weight was good and this and that. So what I'm suggesting in this is be you today. Be you today. So I'm finding peace in my body. And the other thing, what we're going to unfold is the action is needed. What are we going to do with this information? If we've got pain in the body, if we've got discomfort in the mind, what action do I need to take? That's one action, but physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually create the whole picture. So a lot of us can be good at physically. You shared beautifully that you sit in the sun and that's beautifully. So the sunshine's going to be gorgeous, but we also have if you've been eating really well and exercising really well and you still feel like you're not charged up, it's probably because you're not looking at these other aspects of your whole well-being and your whole body. Yeah? Because it's about balance. Yeah? And every part of you deserves to be validated and recognized. Yeah. And that's, I just want to bring in one little snippet there of, we mentioned before, pulling your socks up and getting on with it. Sometimes when something's constantly niggling at you, let's go with this sore ankle that's playing up, right? If you've got this ankle that keeps just reoccurring, it's like, really talk to your body, because your body's talking to you. In natural therapies, we don't like to suppress pain. We definitely want you out of discomfort. We definitely use things to help you get yourself out of pain and discomfort, but we're not going to numb that, because if we numb that, then we're not listening to what the body's needing. You got to acknowledge it. So we don't have to buy into it. We don't have to go, oh my God, that's bloody sore. We have to go, okay, is it throbbing or is it pulsing? Is it hot? Is it cold? We start to recognize it, and we need connection to be able to connect. So the body is constantly talking to you, and we don't want to shut that off. We just need to start listening. Let's take a breath. So some things to consider through your general day that can help our body. Yes, we've talked about, we need to boost the body when we're unwell, but I really want to emphasize today about how to bring in immune health every day, because you have a beautiful army that's supporting you, and we want to be honourable to that army. So I like doing things in threes. So I've got 3 suggestions talking about minerals, talking about herbs, talking about food options, and an overall aspect to what we can work with for our physical health. Which obviously, physically, when we do these things nicely for our physical body and you feel, I don't feel in pain anymore, then obviously that's going to be mentally calming, isn't it? So minerals, does anyone want to have a guess straight up of a particular mineral that would be amazing to support your immune health?
Magnesium jumped into my head.
Magnesium's a good one, yeah. Anything else? Everyone's gone shy. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is going to be my top pick today. And the reason why with vitamin C is it's a really beautiful powerhouse of an antioxidant, and it's an amazing contributor to help battle and bring in that fight mode. So it goes, and it really a powerhouse of just expelling things that aren't great in the body, or we don't want, or something foreign in the body. The thing with vitamin C, it's a water-soluble vitamin. So the water-soluble versus fat-soluble is water-soluble basically is something that you need to continue to put into your system. So I chose this as my priority today because it worked perfectly with the understanding of the immune system is a constant feed. You want to constantly feed and nourish the immune system. So who wants to have a guess of where vitamin C foods may come from? Oranges. Yeah. So citrus in general.
citrus
Absolutely. Yeah. And if we look at a antioxidants will come from colour. So we can also look at vitamin C from your berries. So purples and reds and
really good.
yeah, absolutely. So purples and reds and citruses and oranges and lemons and things like that are really powerful for vitamin C. We're not talking about dosages today because that's something that I would highly recommend you talk to your health practitioner, someone like myself, that can actually guide you in the right direction. But what I will maybe just a little wink about vitamin C that we could talk about is because vitamin C doesn't hold in the body, we have to put it in. So you have to put the vitamin C to get your dosages up. What we might want to look at is if vitamin C is at a level that it's kind of good, it's going to go through you. Okay, so it will loosen up your bowels. So that's a little example of how you might know that your vitamin C is at that level. So you could take vitamin C. If your bowels start to get loose, then you slightly just start to go back from that dose, and then you'll find your level of what you need as your intake.
Having the fresh squeezed lemon juice with warm water in the morning, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Warming and...
Yeah.
So my next mineral that I was going to put on the list, so I'm going to do 3.5, was actually zinc. Now, zinc is a really great mineral that actually helps to heal the body. So it helps when there's something going on to actually heal. It's a very, very good indicator for the endocrine system, which is going to help your stress levels and basically balance the endocrine system. So the endocrine system has got your major glands like your adrenals and things. So zinc's really good, but I'm actually going to put my focus onto something that was more looking at what you daily intake. And I've chosen vitamin B. Now, vitamin B, does anyone want to have a guess of, I'm sure everyone's had a vitamin B at some point. Why would we take a vitamin B? No, there's no wrong answer.
Oh, yeah. I used to have vitamin B12 injections.
Yeah.
It was the same, very low.
Like body stimulating.
Nice. Energy stimulating. Perfect. So it's an energy source, okay? Now, the beautiful thing about vitamin B, you will find vitamin B in things that are green, right? There's lots of other vegetables and things that you'll find B in, but what I wanted to focus on is if you have a look at your food intake, as we talked about vitamin C, we've got some colour therapy happening there with the reds and the yellows and the oranges, then over here with the vitamin B, because that's going to create energy. So energy in to energy out. So you want that vitamin B in your system, and that's going to come from your green leafy vegetables most of all. Yeah, spinach and all your collards, so all your broccoli, broccoli's got vitamin B, but yeah, all your leafy ones are really, really fantastic. All your different coloured lettuces as well are really fantastic. So we've got the antioxidant. So the antioxidant is the powerhouse of fighting. The vitamin B is restoring the energy. And then my third vitamin that I chose to bring in today is vitamin D. And vitamin D comes from the sunlight. Awesome. So therefore, in your daily immune boosting or immune maintenancing, then being out in the sun is something that is of high priority to restore your body.
But I will say I'm not out there too long in the sun because you've got to be careful of skin cancer and stuff. So yeah.
The thing about that,
near the bamboo, so it gives me shady.
Yeah. So being in the shade is still in the sun, which is really nice. And you made that something that we do. Yes, we do have to watch, with our skin and everything. But what we've got to remember is that your body's on your side.
Yeah.
So we don't want to, numb pain. You don't want to, you don't want to lather up. The slip, slop, slap. I'm going over here. This is another talk. Another workshop.
I don't do the slip, slop, slap. I just go out.
Yeah, but I'm actually encouraging you to go out in the middle of the day and enjoy a good 15-20 minutes of sunshine, and that's going to be the highest level of vitamin D. The other time when you're going to get huge amounts of minerals from the sun is on sunrise. So it's definitely worth making time a couple of times a week to look at the sunrise. It's the highest form of minerals that you can get from the sun there, which is really beautiful. So some herb choices that I have brought in today. As a naturopath, we have definitely different herbs and different supplements that are of what we call practitioner grade. And what that means is that they have gone through a level of standard that is of the highest priority for what we're wanting that for. So for instance, when we look at zinc or when we look at vitamin C, we want to make sure that we're getting that good quality source of where that vitamin C's come from, good quality doses, that we don't have any other things in it. And that's when we look at practitioner grade equals quality. Okay, not to say that retail is not quality, but there's a different standard there. So if you are looking at needing support for your immune health, it's definitely worth seeing somebody that can help you out with those things. So I'm a fan of my liquid herbs, but herbs are plants that grow on the ground. Some of the herbs that we look at for immune system is not necessarily something that you'd have in your general garden, right? So, but things that you could look at with your general garden is, once again, going back to all your greens. Greens are going to be fantastic. So if you are looking at herbs, so, parsley, amazing. So parsley is a fantastic herb. Nettle is a beautiful herb. It's a powerhouse of nutrients. So we've got lots of things that you can get from the garden. But I want to point out a couple of beautiful herbs today. The first one is Astragalus. The second one is Echinacea. And the third one is mushrooms. And there's a few different forms of mushrooms that you can get. But those three are going to be very helpful for in times when you feel like you need a little bit of a pickup in the immune system. Remembering that sometimes if you're feeling a little bit overloaded and stressed, then we can think, oh, I need to calm my body and nurture my nervous system. Just don't forget your immune system in that point as well. If you've had a big week and things are going on, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and stressed, don't forget to nurture your immune system in that space as well. Okay?
The first one you mentioned.
Yeah, Astragalus. Yeah, Astragalus is a really beautiful, strong immune supporting herb. It's a boosting immune. So we get immune modulating, immune enhancing, because there's going to be different reasons why we would want different activeness from a herb. So what that means is sometimes we want modulating means to balancing out the immune system. Sometimes we want the immune system to boost. Sometimes we just need it to kickstart and start working better in itself. Sometimes we just need to hold it there. There's going to be different reasons, and we can talk about those reasons later. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. Overall, I want to bring in here is, what am I putting in and what am I putting out? Okay, so when we're looking at how to maintain our immune health, what am I putting in? What am I putting out? Foods, words, energy, environment. Definitely worth jotting those down. Food. What foods am I putting in? What foods am I surrounded in that I'm inspired by? Remembering we eat with all our senses. So am I inspired by the big fruit bowl, or have I got a packet of biscuits on the bench? What's in front of me? So foods, what am I putting in and what have I got around me? Words, what words am I speaking outwardly? And what words am I having internally? What's my internal dialogue going? But also, what words am I taking on? Right? What words am I taking on? What words am I surrounded in? So you got your own actions there, but you also have, the next one is environment. So what environment are you in? Are you in an environment that is uplifting, inspiring and motivating? Or are you in an environment that is feeling pressure, feeling like you're on defense all the time? That's a big one. This is the immune system. What environment are we in? What environment is going on the inside of your body? Is your environment acidic? Are we full of pain, joint pain? Are we full of swelling? Are we full of headaches? Are we full of hormone imbalances? All those things are just imbalances. Remember, it's not necessarily that's actually going on. That's just the body responding because it has a priority, remember? So the body is saying, hey, I'm going to create this imbalance somewhere because there's energy needed over here. And that's what happens. Make sense? So what environment's going on the inside of my body? Am I feeling stressed? Is my digestion system, is it like fiery? Is it not, on my side? What's going on? And those are the things to look at. So when I look at overall, and the words I got to present with this is we've got our minerals, we've got our herbs, we've got our foods. And we've got our overall. With foods, organic if possible. I want you to think consciously, what choices can I make for my intake of foods? If organic is not possible, then local grown produce is going to be better than something that's come from a major supermarket that's been frozen for a month, okay? Or a year, right? But that frozen fresh vegetable is going to be better than maybe something that's actually frozen in a frozen packet. And then that frozen packet's going to be better than something that's coming out of a can with preservatives. So what conscious shift could I make for myself on what level? Okay, I want to really explore this with you on recognizing that there is no wrong. It is all about you making choices. That as you start to look at this is information. And once you have the information and you're going, you know what, there's this beautiful broccoli over here versus this, frozen packet of potato chips, like what choice can I make? And that's the thing. It's about honoring your body and going, this is what I need. So minerals, herbs, foods, and overall, what am I putting in? What am I putting out? My environment, my food, my thoughts, my words. And the last thing I want to add to this segment is movement. A lot of us have experienced different pain, physical pain, so joint pain, body pain. We've all had times where we've experienced that. What pain is as we've shared, that pain is a sign that your body's working. That's a good thing. Like, it's a positive. I always look at the positives. So it's a good thing. But what I want to share with you is that movement with your body is important because what it does, it actually gets rid of the stagnity in the body. And where the body will most accumulate energy, where do you reckon? Feet's a good one. Joints, right? So in your joints. And that's why the body will crack and the body will creak, And we go, oh, just getting old. Let's not have that because that's what you're putting in. You've got such a high ability to have a very healthy, well body to right up till the time that you are ready to drop the body. And that's something to consider. What kind of old person do I want to be? It's a really cool question.
It is actually.
What kind of old person do I want to be? So your body will accumulate in the joints. So simple joint movement is really good. So we can physically move the joints. So neck, shoulders, elbows, wrist, fingers, hips, knees, ankles, toes. Something to consider is we always want to rise the energy up. So start at the feet and then working with your feet and then working with all those joints and rising your energy up. Because why do you think we want to rise the energy up? Release it's lovely, yeah. Because it's all about rising. We don't want to come down. We want to rise. You want to feel well. You want to feel joy in life. So we want to rise. So movement. How, apart from physically doing the movement, how else do you think we could move energy through our body?
By mindfulness thinking.
Mindfulness is great, yeah. But what other physical action do we do? We're doing it right now.
Breathing.
We're doing breathing. So breathing, allowing yourself to come into a balance of your breath is key, absolutely key. It actually is more important to become more controlled and be able to breathe deeper and breathe in control. It is more important than any of those minerals, in my opinion. Because if you haven't got the energy and the expansion of your life force going in, then our body doesn't accept those minerals as best as it can either. So movement with breath, how powerful is that? When you inhale, what happens to your body?
You expand the lungs.
And you lift up, okay? When you exhale, what happens? Drop, yeah, nice. Yeah, drop and you sort of come back. So bringing movement and breath together is unity because it's so much easier. Everyone have a go right now. Go with your hands and inhale, lift your arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Hands. Beautiful, exhale. And when you leave your hands down and take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lift your hands up. And then as you inhale, right? Now what happens? Different, right? It doesn't feel in union, does it? Because when you are upward in your energy, hey, how you going? It's light upward energy. It's upward spirals. And if you're feeling a bit, we're downwards, okay? You don't tend to go, oh my God, I am really happy right now. This is amazing. You don't do that. And you're like, oh my God, I am really depressed. It's just so terrible, right? Your energy doesn't work like that. So your body's constantly talking to you. So if you feel like you are, okay, we're coming down, we're feeling like this, by all means, if you are tired and your body's sore, you need to rest. But we also what do we want for our body? You want to be pushed? Do you want to be pushed and put your socks up and tell you, come on, harden up?
No.
Or do you want to be encouraged and loved and inspired and nurtured? So when you are feeling a little low in your energy, and we all do, what I want to ask you is that do I right now need to rest, or am I just not expanded in my energy? Have I just deflated? Okay, and we're going to talk about this in the next segment. But that's a really good one because if you are feeling deflated in your energy, that does not mean that your body necessarily has to just shut off and sleep for 2 days. It actually means the opposite. It means you need to stimulate your energy. You need to get your breath going, because as soon as your breath goes, am I just accumulated? Am I feeling a bit heavy in my joints? And what do? And then 2 days later, you're stiff. No, we need to move it, but we don't want to, come on hands, come on body. We let the breath move the body and we nurture it and we encourage it. And all of a sudden your energy will be up. Go with the flow. So, you know, if you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed, then some people definitely like to go for a big run on a treadmill. But I want to also say that have a look at what priority is in your energy. Meaning, what I find, if someone's really overwhelmed and stressed, they jump on the treadmill because it's an old habit, right? They might definitely want to burn off steam, and that can be fine. But if you're depleted in your energy and you go and put your energy into this exercise and you're just burning yourself out even more. So where's the balance? I need movement, I need breath, and maybe for a couple of days I need to just work on this level and then boost my... You'll naturally, if you have to work hard in your let me say it, like, not in your exercise, but if it's like this, I'm going to backpedal and I'm going to say, change needs change. Your information creates the wisdom. I now have this, I can see it. I need to breathe. I need to eat more vegetables. Are you going to do it, or are you just going to know about it? So if I do it, because if it's resonating, you know what? I actually have not been eating colourful food. Oh, you know, that's a biggie. I have not drunk enough water. I actually haven't seen the sunrise in months. And we know when something's good for you because you'll feel it. You'll go, oh, yep, that's me, right? And that's a backpedal. So you're withdrawing your energy. And we want to go, okay, encourage it. You know what? That resonates with me. It's time for me to do something about that. Feel good? Let's take a breath. Anyone have any questions?
You were right with the change needs change in the thought.
Of course.
I have a lot of times where I'll say things but don't do it, do I?
So where's my priority? I say a lot of things. I'm realizing what I need to do. Where's my priority? And this is where sometimes we go, yeah, but what part of you? What part of you needs priority right now? Is it that maybe we haven't listened to ourselves? Yeah. So is the priority coming into connection? Detaching from it a little bit, from the story, and just coming back into you and then going, right. I like to use the analogy of putting your story on a movie. So you can look at it and go, okay, look, where have I been in the last couple of days? Where's my body? So let's get into it. We're going to do some activities. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about immune through our body, and there was quite a lot to discover around that. Let's take it into looking at ourselves as the energetic body, and this is where I want to talk about protection. We started to go into an awareness of, you know, you can feel yourself drawing in. When you're confident and when you're inspired and when you're full of joy, do you usually get sick?
No. Yeah. Your body's calm, relaxed and having fun.
Yeah, nice. And when I know for me that I see miracles every day. I see beautiful miracles every single day, watching people on their health journey. And I've had the pleasure of working with, of meeting, of talking to many stories that they have overcome something pretty major. A tragedy, a trauma, cancer, severe illness, immune breakdown, huge amount of illness. And I have seen people overcome that 100%. And not one of those people are ever, I got over it. It was really good. It was a great journey. Doesn't match your energy. They've always inspired. They're always uplifted. Their skin looks vibrant. Their eyes are clear. And their whole world has changed because they've put the energy in and they've put the effort into realizing that some people work really well on the body and some people work really well on the mind. And this is something to consider in your own journey as well. So 20 years in the health industry, when we understand somebody's personality and their story, you might be somebody that goes, right, if I just get a bit of a routine with my exercise and my food, that's going to work for me. And all of a sudden, your mind starts to change. Some people work the opposite. Look, I'm just over here, I'm like, yeah, mindfulness. Like, for being mindful, oh my God, I'm realizing I was just eating unconsciously, right? And so we're all different. So I really want you to explore your own personality, because this is about what works for you. So we've talked about physical immune. Now I want to talk about that energetically, and we're going to talk about it more as protection, okay? So we can feel like this. And what does that look like to you? What is like when we just go in? So so the topic is looking at our like feeling defense. Our immune system's about defense. So if we're feeling defense and we go, what happens? What's that?
Closed off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Closed off, energy sunken, depleted.
Taking cover. Shut
Taking
down.
cover,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, right?
When you shut down.
Shut down. What about this? Has anyone been in a moment where they've felt defense and they've literally, I'm a bit like that. If you push me into a corner, I'm going to, yeah, anyone felt that? And their energy, no? You haven't felt that before when you feel like you're under attack?
And then get angry.
And get exactly, right? Get angry. So it's an outward. So we have an inward and we have an outward. Once again, there's an imbalance. So we want to be able to find the space in the middle that you don't feel like you need to shrink in a situation, but you also feel like you don't need to charge out and right? Because once again, that's putting pressure on your immune system. Because your immune system is the one that's responding, as well as your nervous system. Your nervous system is going to respond, how I felt about that, and your immune system will come into action, because that is why we get, has anyone been under a huge amount of stress and then crashed and burned and actually end up getting sick?
Yeah.
There it is. There it is, exactly. So what I would like you to do, I want you to take a moment, if you want to write this down. I want you to take a moment to, writing it down means we're committing and we're being really honest with ourselves. Where are you at the moment energetically right now? 10 out of 10 being, I am full of energy, I am all over it, I'm feeling great, I'm full of joy, life is great. 1 being, no, I'm pretty depleted. And then I want you to write down, what is zapping your energy? What is zapping your energy? Is it body pain, work, family, worry? I want you to give yourself maybe a couple of things. And we notice this instantly. Isn't that amazing that instantly you can jump straight to maybe something that's happening? Is it a relationship? Is it a health complaint? Is it whatever it is? Write that down. And then what I want you to circle out of that list is the honest truth of the number 1. What's the number 1 that's taking the most priority when it comes to zapping your energy? And zapping your energy, as we just explored, it could mean that it's making you shrink or it's making you over. Okay? So is it making you go, oh? Are you feeling depleted from it? Or are you feeling under attack from it? Okay? So just take note of that as well. And as you've written that and been honest with yourself, I want you to just sort of ask yourself, is this something that has been playing around in my mind that it's really obvious. The fact that you've written it down fairly quickly too, you can sort of see that it's pretty obvious what's been zapping you. Is that true?
Yeah.
I want you to look at that, and I want you to ask yourself, what am I doing to help that? So in this moment, you can recognize what you are doing to defend yourself. Are you depleted or are you reactive? Okay, so we've discovered that. So if you're reactive, then that could bring up anger and frustration. So now I want you to sort of come to the awareness of what have I been doing, or what have I been not doing? So if you've been reactive and angry, then how are we releasing that anger? How are we restoring our energy? And what you might find is a bit of blankness, okay? Because we're not doing the action. Yeah, we're not doing the action. You might have the awareness or the information of like, you know what, I should be actually going for a walk and letting that off. I should be moving my body. I find myself, I get so angry and so frustrated, I come home and I eat a whole packet of Tim Tams because I'm pissed off. Okay, so that's feeding the situation. But we've learned so much today what we can do in our own actions to help ourselves. So is there something that comes to mind right now that you know that you could do in this situation? We tend to think instantly it's about dealing with that person, that situation. But the journey, my friends, is actually dealing with you, because you are responsible for your own actions and you are responsible for the way that you are viewing this situation. And so I hate to tell you, but sometimes if you've got anger towards somebody, if you're like really frustrated, or if you've got a work colleague, right, and you're feeling intimidated by them, and it's stewing in your energy, right? It's stewing in your head, and you're like, roar in your head. And then all of a sudden you're feeling sick because of it. Why? Because your body will always respond to the way that you feel. So you're feeling sick because of it. And that person might not even be losing a minute's sleep over it. So this is why we've always got to bring it back to your own responsibility. Okay. So now you have that awareness. So we've seen what we're in. We've seen how we're reacting. And now we're possibly looking at how we could respond instead of react.
I'll just write something down.
Yeah, having maybe ahas around it. So from here we're going to come into a meditation. And before we get into our comfortable space, I want you to just reach your arms out. And I want you to picture a circle that goes around your body. If you were standing like this, that goes around your body and fits perfectly in that circumference of your body, okay? And I want you to picture that. I like to call it a bubble. I'm a bit of a fan of a bubble. Relax your arms down. Now, some of us we're talking about the energy bodies here. So some of us are people that can feel. Some of us are people that instantly go, oh yeah, I can see that. Some of us may just go, yeah, I get it. Okay, so just trust the way that you're going with this. I'm a bit of a feeler. You might know that in my words, like feel it out. So for reference, I want you to give it a colour. And you've already got it. What's the colour of your beautiful circle, your beautiful bubble? And I want you to keep that colour. And I want you to find yourself in a comfortable space for meditation. You can lie down. You can stay seated. Most importantly, be comfortable. And we want our back to be straight. So whether you want to lie down? Yeah. So if you're lying on your back, you need your back to be nice and comfortable. And if you're sitting up, we want the nice straight spine. And if you do need assistance, you can also sit in a chair or maybe against a wall. On your knees?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Wherever you are in your space, take your time just to close your eyes down. Nice deep breath. And just breathing back down into the space of the lower body, down through your hips, down through your legs, and down through your feet. Just feeling a sense of relaxed and release. Notice with your inhale, you may feel a sense of lift, a sense of openness. This is the way that your body will respond. The inhale is more of an upward motion, and the exhale is a release. And sometimes we need to exhale to let go. And sometimes we need to exhale to soften the energy. And sometimes we need to exhale to also pause, just to become still. And with our inhale, we could use the inhale to bring in some energy, to lift our vibration. We could also use the inhale to give ourselves a moment so we don't react. And we also use the inhale to energize. And it brings it up. So it helps you to see above the situation. So we take that awareness around the body into that beautiful circle, that bubble that you are in. And not only does it go around the body, but it goes to the front and the back. And just like a bubble, you can see out and people can see in, but I want you to put yourself inside this bubble completely. And bringing awareness to the topic that you chose to look at as your priority, the area that you felt is seeping your energy or zapping your energy. That is our intention for our practice. I want you now to observe around your bubble, around the space from the outside of the bubble to the body. And I want you to notice if there is anything in there that you feel, that you see, that doesn't belong to you. You might have a thought about a person. You might have a vision of a particular object or a memory. I want you to instantly give yourself permission to breathe out and push anything that does not belong to you outside of this bubble. Just push it out. Don't analyze it. Don't try and work it out. Just breathe it out. And take your time just to scan around the whole body. And you might even notice in this space that you feel certain parts of the body connected to something that's not yours. It might be connected to a person. You might feel a part of the body physically or energetically. Has there been heartache that you can feel in your chest? Does that actually lead to an outward influence, such as a person, an object? You might have lower back pain because you've been worried about someone, and in this moment you realize who that someone is. So if it's got anything to do with someone else, an object, anything that doesn't belong to you, I want you to push it out. Instantly push it out. And then bring your awareness back to the bubble, inside the bubble. Take another quick scan, and this is the beautiful thing about letting go, releasing, is let it happen that quick. Don't analyze it. Don't spend time on it when it's not yours. Let it go. So take that quick scan around the body, around that energy field, and notice if there's anything left. Now what we're left with is what is yours. Now what we're left with is what is yours. What is your pain? What is your worry? What is your concern? It's yours. I want you to now take that time just to scan around the body, so you're inside your bubble. And I want you to notice if there's any holes in your bubble that need repairing. I want you to notice if the colour of your bubble is not as vibrant, maybe. Or maybe the colour's not quite right, not to your likings. So right now we're going to do some repair, we're going to do some maintenance on this energy. And the beautiful thing about awareness is that we can get it done quickly. So if there's any holes in this space, I want you to instantly patch it up. Is there any colour that needs to be changed, maybe lifted in vibration or toned down? I want you to instantly change it. You are your own hierarchy of your energy, of your body. You are in full responsibility. So do what needs to be done. I want you to also, in this time of maintenance, is to have a look inside this energy and notice, is there any place of your body inside of this bubble that is disproportioned? Are you leaning more to one side than the other? Are you more top heavy than down the bottom? Just notice that. Notice that about yourself. And if you can see that there's something there, then make the change and use your breath. Breathe the energy around your body. Allow the energy to go down your right side and up your left side. Down the back and up through the front. And in a circle motion, your rise of energy will go anti-clockwise. So once again, as you just allow your body to help spread the energy out equally to all parts of your body, we go down the right side. We go up the left side. We go down the back of the body. And we go up the front of the body. And in a circle motion, the rising of energy is anti-clockwise. So lifting is anti-clockwise, which makes clockwise go down. So up and down, left and right, front and back. Allow your energy to be completely spread equally. So as your energy in your body is spread equally, as inside of your bubble you have repaired any maintenance there. I then want you to bring that bubble and bring it really close to your skin, as if it's sitting on your skin. With the intention of our aim today, you have brought clarity to what has been an issue or what has been zapping your energy, keeping that in mind as we're doing our repair and we're doing our balancing. And now with that energy right next to your skin, I want you to just take a breath and notice how that feels. Does that feel empowering, or does that feel maybe weak? Does that feel like it's right, or maybe it's not? Once again, with observation, it happens like that. Trust your first instincts. So now take the bubble back out as if you had the arms and the legs spread out wide. How does that feel as you just lift that energy off your skin and bring it out? Is that right? Is that not right? Trust what you get. Now I want you to take that energy and energetically push it all the way out to the space of the room that you're in, like taking up the whole room. Notice, and you may notice what it feels by how it feels, by how you can see it, by how you're aware of it. Is it right or is it not right? Take that energy now further. I want you to take the energy out to the whole town that you are in. Just feel that energy expand out into the town. Once again, there's nothing else but you inside of your bubble. You're just allowing your bubble to extend out. Does that feel right or not right? Trust. Take your energy out all the way now to the state. Ask yourself those questions. Connect with your energy. Yes, no. Take it out all the way to the country. All the way. What are you feeling now? What's happening? Is this motivating or is this shrinking? And then we push it all the way out into the world. All the way out. What happens? Instantly you know. You know. Because you can feel, you can see, you can sense, because you know you. Is this right or is this not right? Where do you feel the most strength? Where do you feel the most balanced, confident? And I want you to allow yourself now, as your energy's out into the world, is that where it felt right? If not, bring it back in. Was it the country? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's back into the state. Maybe it was more around the township. Maybe it was more connected into the room that you are in. Maybe it's in that beautiful expansion around your body. Or maybe it was right close to your skin. I want you to instantly trust and set that beautiful bubble to exactly where it needs to be. And it might even be in between a couple of those destinations that we've mentioned. Where do you feel the most strength? Where do you feel this balance? And as it's there, trust. I want you to allow yourself to completely set that energy. Just keep it there. Lock it into place. Become aware of the energy between that beautiful bubble, the circumference of that bubble to your body, and notice the energy that you're inside of that space. How it feels to be just you. Just you in your strength, you in your confidence, you in your personal power for this situation. As you spend this next couple of breaths here, is there any words that are coming to you? Is there any internal dialogue that you can hear a little bit better? Is there any understanding of this space? And with that, I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and a good huff from the mouth. And then gently just bring your hands together, whether you're lying on your back and you can touch your hands, have some connection to your body. Bringing yourself back completely, knowing that you've just set your beautiful energy. And as you are all starting to come back, bring some movement to your body, bring awareness to this space. And this is a wonderful awareness, a wonderful meditation, a wonderful personal practice that you can set yourself the boundary and the energetic strength of what you need in any situation. And I personally do this multiple times a day, because if my energy is set right here, that's what I need for this moment. Through the day, if I start to come off center, maybe am I feeling withdrawn, maybe am I feeling a little bit too out there, I stop, I connect. Okay, where does that need to be? Has there anything that has come in? Because have I allowed it? Any reason things come into your energy is because you allow it. Do I need to do any maintenance? Things happen that quickly. Your energy is your number one priority. So sitting with that energy and adjusting it multiple times a day, because you might walk into a shopping centre and you might not like being in public places. So you might feel more, I need to expand my energy. You might actually feel like you need to bring your energy in to feel safe. Okay, you all would have felt something different. So trust what feels right and set your energy. And if you're out of balance, what's in here? What's mine, what's not mine? What maintenance do I need to do? Where do I need to extend? I am set. I am set. And thank you for joining me today in your beautiful personal power and your strength, and you're immune. To do that through your day is an amazing, amazing aspect to your immune system. So well done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.